I look
like Beetlejuice?
Well, not real.
Well, yeah, you do look like Beetlejuice.
Well, I guess I do. I don't know, something about
What?
I know what it is about my face.
What?
My fucking eyebrows.
Oh, how they're not there?
No, I stopped filling. Oh shit.
What?
Oops.
Oh, you
Sorry.
just turn our camera off.
No, I stopped filling them in.
Follow us on YouTube.
Right, where we're just fucking around right now. No, I stopped filling them in because I know there's a lot of ladies out there, and I'm not even a hairy girl. So if they're like Italian or Portuguese or East Indian or something, I feel you right now. Because I can't even fill my eyebrows in anymore because I don't know where they are. I don't know what parts are really my eyebrows.
The shape, you don't know the shape.
Oh, they've all disappeared. Doug Ford, let us get our eyebrows done, okay?
And Botox.
I don't even give a shit about that because I don't need it. No, I'm just joking. But honestly, like, anyways.
I hear you.
How have you been?
I'm okay. I
feel like it's been a while since I've seen you.
Yeah, it's been a whole week. Do I look thinner?
Mm-hmm.
Great, good answer. You too.
Thank you.
So, but I was almost doing this episode alone.
Oh yeah, because I almost killed myself.
Why does that make me laugh?
No, like legit.
What happened?
I killed myself.
Did you watch a sad movie and go in the bathtub?
No.
What do you mean?
So it was a day that there was snow on my car. So I got into my car, I started it, and I backed into my parking spot.
Hey, good for you.
Anyone who knows me knows I can't park for shit. So
yes,
that was a big accomplishment. So I thought I was pretty proud of myself. Backed into my parking spot, but I backed it into like kind of a snow ditch, right?
Yes.
Snowbank. So when I started my car and let it warm up while I was wiping off the snow, I'm like back and I'm like, oh, what's that burning? I didn't realize that I backed up so far into the snowbank that my exhaust was like stuck in it.
Oh,
so what that could have done was pump carbon monoxide into my car and I could have fucking offed myself.
Because were you sitting in the car waiting for it to warm up?
No, I was outside scraping. Thank God.
Oh my God. Yeah.
I know. I got to Kevin's house and I was like, hey, I almost killed myself. And he's like, what? I told him, he was like, oh my God.
Oh my God. That is scary because
I know.
I've heard it's similar to carbon monoxide where you don't realize you're being poisoned. You just sort of fall asleep. And it's very, very peaceful.
Right. So I was super paranoid. So I immediately undid all the windows. And then like I got in the car and like drove, and it was freezing that day. I drove all the way to the highway with all the windows down. And finally I was like, I think it's okay. Yeah.
That's scary. Because you know what happens to your body when you die that way?
No. Why do you know this stuff? What is wrong with you?
My father used to be a volunteer firefighter, and he had to go to some horrible things that he would come home and tell us about. And one of them was a man that had killed himself that way.
Oh.
And you know what happens? Your skin turns pitch black. It turns the color of the exhaust smoke.
Okay, that's too dark. That's deep. That's dark.
So was his skin. Hey, we're here all night.
Oh my God.
But I'm glad you're still here.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm glad like that was probably the closest I've ever come to killing myself.
Well,
I feel like I almost killed myself twice this week, but I can't remember the other way. But I swear I told someone I almost killed myself twice this week. And there was another way and I can't remember what it was. Which is sad. Is it that often?
Well, I hope not. But I have a story when we get to the news about how you can extend your life. If maybe you need to hear that.
Do you want to get onto that one first, or like something about bones?
Well, we're talking about life.
Okay, so we're not at death yet. Okay, because I'm living. Okay,
I don't know which way, life or death. Let's call us at. Oh, they can't.
Did you hear about Mark Cuban?
No,
so you
what
know
happened?
Who Mark
yes,
Cuban is?
From Shark Tank. Or he
exactly.
owns, don't tell me the team. Don't tell me the team. Miami Dolphins.
No.
Dallas.
Name the sport.
Dallas.
Woo!
It's football.
No.
It's not football.
Dribble, shoot. Take that ball to the hoop.
Basketball.
Yeah, Dallas Mavericks.
I was gonna say Mavericks.
Yeah.
What about
anyways, he's launching a new podcast type of network where podcasters can go on and they can interact.
Hey, Mark Cuban. Here goes Mark.
They can interact live with their podcasters in real time.
Oh, cool.
And like give them money and like, like kind of like Patreon, I guess, or
Twitch,
whatever.
Yeah.
But for podcasts. And I laughed because I was like, isn't that what radio is? But radio's free.
Yeah, but radio.
You can call the station live. Well, not anymore. But you used to be able to call the station live when they had people live actually working. You used to be able to call the station live and get people and be able to interact. And like when we worked at the old station, we had an app where people could text us and we could text back.
Yeah.
So it's been done, but because Mark Cuban's doing it, he's putting a shiny bow on it. So who knows? Maybe we'll end up on this network.
Maybe. We love you, Mark Cuban. And he might be onto something because traditional radio is just slicing and dicing. It's not going to be much radio left.
If you're from Ottawa, we've lost
Ontario.
some good personalities in the last little while across Canada.
Bell, let's talk. Bell, let's cut. How about that?
Okay, you didn't need to drop their name, but all right.
Oh, yeah, right. We're available.
How about we move on to greener pastures?
Yeah, okay, fine. You go ahead. What? Now you're talking about death? Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of like life after death.
Okay, for all those people that lost their jobs, listen up.
Life after, well, a guy builds a guitar out of his dead uncle's skeleton. So we used to do this on the old show a lot where I'd be like, is this creepy or cool? Creepy or cool? So that's what this one's going to be. Is it creepy?
Already, I think cool.
This guy's name is Prince Midnight. How charming.
And he also is a porn star, just in case you, yeah.
He's a rocker.
Okay.
Yeah. He has had his dead uncle's bones for 2 decades because apparently his family refused to cremate his dead uncle. They didn't want to. So I guess they didn't bury him either. And Prince Midnight just ended up with his bones.
But they must have defleshed him somehow.
Well, you have to bleach them and stuff.
Yeah.
You know.
What did it say? What culture he is? Sorry.
No.
Because remember we had an episode.
Prince Midnight sounds pretty white.
Yeah, you're right. But there is some Mexican or I don't know what, but remember they collect the skulls
right.
Anyway.
No, nothing like that. Nothing like that. Basically, this guy, his uncle died. And his family's like, we don't want to cremate him, but I guess they didn't want to pay for a burial. Okay. So Buddy ended up with his dead uncle's bones.
For 12 years.
He's had them for a while. So I guess he was doing some spring cleaning and found them and was like, you know what? These bones need to move. I need to find some room. And he decided to take his uncle's spine, rib cage, and pelvis to build the foundation for an electric guitar. So think about it. There's the spine that goes down. The pelvis would be the base thing. And the
ribs would be where you drop. No, the pelvis is the top where the keys are. I was thinking, the keys. And then the spine is the thing. And then the ribs are the big part of the guitar.
But everything except for the strings.
Because you would need the cave of the ribs to create the hollow. And
it said to build the foundation of the electric guitar. So it's probably not all of it because you have to have soundproof in there, right?
Yeah.
Did you just say that?
No, but I said the ribs would create that hollow that you need to get the sound of a guitar.
Right. So if you go and look for Prince Midnight on social media, he has a bunch of pictures on the whole process of how he's done it, which I'm sure would be pretty cool. I didn't look because I didn't know if I was emotionally stable enough at that moment to watch that. But his uncle was a huge rocker. His uncle was also a big rock star. So he said, this was Prince Midnight's quote, plays perfect and sounds awesome. Now Uncle Philip can shred for all eternity. Oh, that's how he would want it.
I love that.
So that's why I was creepy or cool.
Cool, 100%. Because you know what? I've told you this before and I'll say it again for the record. I don't want to be cremated. I want to be buried so that in 1,000 years they can dig me up and put my skeleton.
And find absolutely nothing new about digging up your body.
No, not me, but it's not about me. I want one last.
Whoa. In all the years I've known you, this is the one time that your own burial is not about you.
It's about, it is in the end because I just get one last show because what I want them to do is dig me up and put me in a museum as a skeleton, former human,
CBC influencer.
Yeah, thank you for that shout out. By the way, I'm at Yuck Yucks this Friday, Saturday night. They're back, baby.
Oh, really?
They are, yes. Come see me.
Wow.
Yeah, 50 tickets.
But I've told you what my death plans are, and you're going to get stuck with the bill because I'm alone.
I got a finger waiting for it.
Right? And you can have it. Is to be made into a diamond. So I'm I want to be made into a diamond. That's not creepy at all. But then I'm thinking about this guitar. I'm every time you touch it, it's touching the bones of your uncle. That's creepy. But how is that any more creepy than me wanting to be made into a diamond than someone having to wear my ashes?
But it's not someone. It's someone that cares about you, like me or your family.
Look, you know how much I love my grandparents. You know how much I love my parents. But I don't think I need to make a musical instrument out of their bones.
Yeah. And the process of making it freaked me out. Okay, let's just snap Uncle Frank's rib in half and shove this part here. And And a screw like that would be the weird part.
But maybe he'll find like a new way to make guitars, like bone guitars sound better or something.
Okay.
They have better acoustics.
And then what animal's going to start dying for guitars?
Right. Well, deers. Everyone eats deer all the time.
And they're about the same size.
Yeah, I just, like a part of me loves it because the uncle was such a rocker.
It's cool.
And to me, that's like how you would want to live in infamy. Like,
yeah.
It's no different than someone being like, sprinkle my ashes over a soccer field.
Or me being in a museum.
Or me being turned into a diamond.
Right. It's all personality based. See?
Yeah. Maybe I was just in a easily creeped out mood.
So you're telling me if you sat in that snowbank a little longer, I could have a new diamond ring now?
But you'd have to pay like 25, 30 G's to get that diamond ring.
Yeah, okay. What's your dad's phone number? But if
there's a reason you don't have it.
I bet. Anyway, if you are interested in extending your life, I have a tip for you. This is some good news. The key to living a long life is getting fat as you get older.
What? First of all, isn't that just aging? You get chubbier as you get older. There's not a lot of people out there that can say like I was smaller or I was bigger.
That's right.
In my 20s than I was in my. There are. Don't get me wrong.
And now,
congratulations to y'all that are smaller than you were in your 20s.
Yeah. Okay. Just sometimes it's easier to just stop than try to like backpedal and whatever you just did there. So yes, you're right though. That's what this study is aiming to point out, is that maybe there's an evolutionary reason why we get a little bit chubbier as we age. So forget the Botox, let's eat. And by the way, now we know why Santa Claus lives forever.
Because he's chubby.
He's chubby.
And magic.
Red magic. So this came out of Ohio. People who chub up as they get older live the longest. So go ahead and drink your gravy. The study looked at people in Massachusetts, which has got to be one of the fattest places in the United States.
I don't know. US and all is quite chubby.
But this study is quite impressive. It was a 70-year long study, 70 years. And they followed people who started their adult lives at an average weight and then slowly became overweight, very slowly, and never became obese. That's an important point. And they found they lived longer than people who stayed at an average or underweight their entire adult lives.
Can I stop you for a second?
Yeah.
How do we know what is average, overweight, and underweight? Because if we're going by BMI scale, and we were talking about this before the podcast.
Yeah.
Because you were like, Jenna, you're looking smaller in the hips. And I was like, thank you.
Yes.
Not the hips, because I don't have it.
The waist.
But the waist.
And that's the key. Keep going.
But like BMI is such fucking the bullshit measurement increments or whatever the fuck it stands for, body mass index. Bullshit mass index is what it is, because I'm technically obese.
Me too.
Am I obese?
No. You're right. My BMI, and I looked at it this morning, is 25.1. That's overweight.
So what is the standard for what is average? You know what I mean?
So here's what I looked up, because you could imagine when I saw I was overweight on that chart, I just went beside myself. But if you are someone who works out and you have muscle mass, usually your BMI will put you in a higher category than you really are. So it's your waist. It all comes down to your waist. And here's what it is. For women, under 35 inches. For men, under 40.
Is what?
Normal. So you're not overweight until your waist is over 35 for a woman or over 40 for a man.
Okay.
No matter what your BMI is.
Because that's where you wear a lot of like your unhealthy weight.
For your heart and stuff. And
yeah,
that's what
your
BMI
unhealthy
is.
Weight.
Yeah.
Okay.
But the frustrating part about this study is that the researchers aren't sure why a few extra pounds helps you.
Because you still live a happy life. If you're continually like, remember when you went all fucking like anorexic girl after, my
divorce,
the divorce from our job and from your man.
Yeah.
But after that, and like, that was a brutal lifestyle. Like you were like, I can't have carbs. I can't do this. I can't do that. That makes you unhappy. I'm sorry, but there is nothing that makes me more happy. Like after this, we are sitting down and we're making that feta baked pasta.
Yeah.
And I am happy. It makes me happy.
Does.
So maybe that's why we live longer, because we're living our lives the way we want to.
Maybe. And it's a good
preach.
No, that is a good message, because I'll tell you, when I was in that really skinny phase during the play, I was seeing a guy and he would be like constantly like, you're too skinny, you're too skinny. And I would take it as a compliment. But looking back at those photos, I think I look better now than I did then, even though I may have something you can grab on my stomach now. And people are sometimes attracted to that. Nobody wants to lay on top of bones.
Right. And everybody wants to be able to eat feta baked pasta without feeling fucking guilty about it the next day.
Preach.
You know, is it not enough guilt that I get from drinking booze?
Well, this is why we've got a stomach. Yeah.
Right?
That's why.
You know?
But we're not giving this up.
If you live your life the way you want to and you're happy and content, you're going to live longer, period.
Yeah. Kumbaya, my lord.
All right.
Next story.
Okay. So you just talked about like when you were dating someone, they said you were too skinny, but you haven't dated someone in a really long time since.
Way to rub it in, Jenna.
Right. Sorry, I had to write this down so that I didn't forget like points to like just stab you right in the heart.
Oh, great.
Okay?
I'll just keep waiting.
I have found that everyone that you date or like whatever you want to call it in your world, as you like to call it, you always tend to find like these new prospects, like you always find something wrong with them.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? They can have like a great job, this, that, but there's always like one thing wrong. Like you're always going to find something wrong with that one person.
Okay. I'm sorry, but it was 2 inches. What do you want me to do with that?
You could do a lot with 2 inches.
Okay. Keep going.
What I think you need to do instead of like focusing on like the things you don't like is you need to start prioritizing the qualities that you do like in these men.
Money.
So like, well, that could be one. So basically, like, I want you to create a list of priorities when it comes to qualities you're looking for in a partner. And if they hit like 4 out of 5 or 3 out of 5, then fucking good. They pass. And then maybe you'll find some happiness.
I don't think you need a list. It's chemistry, baby. You get the tingles, you get the tingles.
Yeah, but you're beyond the chemistry part because you won't let chemistry even get in there.
I will. You can't date in a pandemic. But you know what? I have to tell you something because Carrie Bradshaw.
Oh, that finger's out.
No,
folks.
Carrie Bradshaw has a quote that says, some people are settling, others are settling down, but I refuse to settle for anything but butterflies. And I was like, yes, Carrie,
What the
that's
fuck
what
does
I'm going
that
to
mean?
That you get that tingle.
I don't settle down. Oh, I thought you meant butterflies, like actual butterflies.
No.
What does that have
What
to
are you,
do?
Mariah
What do
Carey?
insects have to do with this conversation?
But you told me
those
something
butterflies.
that you said at our age, which is rather advanced, we don't need to say a number, you don't always get the butterflies anymore. And it doesn't mean you won't grow to really like someone.
Right.
And you weren't speaking from experience.
Butterflies can be dangerous too.
Butterflies can be dangerous because you could get them for someone that, you know.
Oh, raise your hand if you have felt butterflies for the most toxic person that you've ever had in your life.
Yeah. And we're both raising our hands.
Everyone's raising their hands.
So,
butterflies aren't always a good thing.
Maybe I just contradicted
But
myself.
I just wanted to help you out.
All right.
That was like my whole intention was like try to help you.
You haven't. You told me to make a list. What are you getting at?
Anyways, so I made a list.
Okay, go ahead.
Well, I didn't make this list. This list was based on a survey and asked people what qualities they look for most in a partner. Here's the top 10.
Oh,
So I'm going to
go.
start at the bottom, like the ones least. And honestly, none of these have to do with looks or fucking money, which I thought was amazing.
Well, now I'm going to fall asleep.
Right. 10. Number 10.
10? Oh, God.
Is 40% look for similar hobbies. I thought that would be huge on the list.
Well, not for me, because I don't want to date someone that does stand-up comedy or wants to be famous.
Is that a hobby or is that career? That's a job.
Well, I hope so one day.
Right. Similar taste in TV shows, books, and other media.
Yeah, come on. Yeah, of course.
Yeah, I would hate like because I would be totally that girl that like if you put on a show and he's like, oh, this is funny, and I didn't find it funny, I'd be like, yeah, it's so funny, and I'm watching it for a month.
Wendy Williams said that today on her show too. Girls are funny. You can't trust girls.
Right. Similar lifestyle to you.
Well, yeah, you can't be someone that goes to the gym all the time and then your boyfriend is, you know.
My man right now doesn't drink that much, and I drink without him. I drink when he doesn't drink.
In front of him, though?
Of course.
Oh, okay. I was good. Well, no, I was like, no, it's different if like you could have a glass of wine and he's not, but if you're like running to the bathroom to chug some vodka, that's different.
I've never done that. Also on the list at number 7 is kind.
What does that stand for?
No, they look for their partner to be kind.
Oh, God.
Nice.
Gross.
They also want them to be honest is next on the list.
I'm surprised that's not higher on the. Oh, we're going up. Yeah.
Yes. No, that's number 6.
Okay.
So now we're at number 5. You respect them. That to me is super high on my, like, I always like to date guys that are smarter than me because I respect people that are smarter than me.
Huh.
I don't know. I obviously don't respect you.
We're equals.
Right. At number 4 is they want them to be intelligent. I value that big time. Number 3 makes you laugh. Super important. If you do not laugh with your lover, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, I agree with that.
Right?
Or at the very least that you can make them laugh because that makes you feel good.
Number 2 is trustworthy. You got to trust them. And the number 1 quality that people look for in a partner has nothing to do with their personality. It's a skill set. What do you think it is?
You seem so excited about that.
What do you think it is? Because I'm surprised that of all the things, all of the qualities, if you were like, pick your perfect partner, what's the best quality? What would it be?
For you or for me?
No, for you. What would it be?
Well, I already said money.
Yeah, my quality would be like security and intelligence.
Yeah.
Being a fucking good cook.
What?
Okay.
Who cares about that?
Right?
Ain't nobody got time to cook.
Although I have to say, I've never dated men that were good cooks, but the one I'm dating now, he's a great cook. I wouldn't say like he's an amazing cook, but he likes to cook. He will cook. And I like it. I like having that like responsibility taken off my plate as the woman in the relationship.
Well,
which if you're going to heteronormatives.
Yeah, good disclaimer. But it is true that it is a very homey feeling when someone wants to provide food for you. And I'm thinking about my last long-term relationship. He was quite a talented cook too. Right. I didn't really ever value it, but I obviously stuck around for 14 years.
We've never cooked together. Together at the same time cooking one dish. However, like I cook and he sits there and watches me and chills with me. When he cooks, I do the same thing. So it's still like we're doing it together. It's just one person's doing all the work.
I'm glad to hear that because that's how I feel when you cook for me. Sometimes I feel like, should I be helping or something? But it's like, no.
Yeah. So here's our TikTok moment. Okay. I'm doing this because we're trying to make TikToks and it's easy to edit the video.
Okay.
The top 5 things that people look for in a potential partner. Number 5, you respect them. Number 4, intelligent. Number 3, makes you laugh. Number 2, trustworthy. Number 1, and the number 1 quality they have to be is a good cook. I don't understand that. I'm still kind of stumped that would be the number 1 quality. That's the only thing that's like sort of superficial.
Well, it's not superficial. I've never met someone that hunts a good cook when they're looking to date someone.
Right.
What are you looking for in a man?
But maybe that just sets it up and above the bar. There is nothing that makes you feel more secure inside like a good fucking meal. Mm-hmm. Like a meal that hugs you from the inside. I think
whoever wrote that list was pretty damn hungry. That's what I think.
Maybe they did a little marijuana.
Yeah, a little Amara.
By the way, make sure you listen to our episode with Amanda Siebert. We talk all about, she's the author of a book called Little Book of Cannabis, which is amazing. We touch on cannabis just a tiny bit because you guys know everything about it now. But then we go into psychedelics and we talk a lot about mushrooms and microdosing versus macrodosing and all that fun stuff.
That'll be out on Friday.
Right.
Well, I gotta stop doing that because maybe they're listening to this 3 weeks from now.
Well, you can get it as of Friday. Yeah, you can download it as of Friday.
Yeah. So
what? I can't remember what I was you're gonna try and go into a segue, but you had one in your head.
No, I didn't have a segue. I had a comment on something you said, and now I forget it.
Well, it wasn't that important.
All right, next headline. This one's a doozy and really embarrassed me. I'm glad my dentist is closed during the pandemic.
Mine isn't. I just went to the dentist the other day.
Oh, did you?
Fucking loved it. You want to know why I loved it so much?
You got a cleaning?
No, because I got to touch and talk to strangers.
Oh.
The lockdown has been getting to me. I was so pumped.
So
I walked in that dentist office like, hey, Stacy, hey, Janice. I know that's not your name, but I'm saying hi anyways. How's the kids? You don't have kids? I don't care. I was so pumped to talk to people.
And did Jenna say, oh my God, Jenna's here. Remember from Friends?
Chandler Bing. My little bingaling.
I love that you said you love to talk and touch strangers. Our listeners learn something new every episode.
Oh, I do. I love it. Was so,
hey boys.
I was so nice to like have a stranger in my mouth.
Yeah. Now there's a segue. There's a spot in your mouth that can tell your dentist if you've been doing nodding things with other men.
I didn't even know you were going into this story.
Yes.
I legit was like trying to be funny.
This blows my mind. Okay. When your dentist is all up in your mouth, it turns out they're learning way more about you than just your flossing habits. Believe it or not, your dentist can actually tell if you've been performing a certain mouth-based act on a gentleman.
Not if you've been performing it on a woman?
No, this is if you're slobbing a knob, because
Only, that's interesting.
and here's why. This sounds like a myth, but this, of course, came from TikTok, where every good information comes these days. Quote, I just found out the dentist can find out whether someone is given brain emoji or not. I'm screaming. Okay, that was her caption. I didn't need to read that. I apologize. But it's true. Some dentists and hygienists have posted responses to this TikTok saying it is true. So when you've been doing giving head regularly to a man, there's a light bruise that gets left on your soft palate.
If you're deep throating.
Yeah, but your soft palate, it can be different for everybody. But it can start... But even if you're not deep throating.
Sorry, for people that are listening, I just definitely made a deep throating.
But listen, this spot is so sensitive to bruising that it can show a bruise even if you don't feel it. So even if you like touch a dick to it, it might get a bruise that you don't even realize.
So let's rephrase this. Dentists can only tell if you suck dick like the night before.
Yeah.
Because a bruise heals. Especially in your mouth.
Yeah, but I mean, that morning? I don't know. How long does it take for a bruise
Who's
to show up?
sucking dick?
Excuse me?
Who is sucking dick on the morning that they're going to the dentist? I don't even eat food on the morning I go to the dentist. I literally floss like 20 times before I go to the dentist because I am so insecure that the dentist can be like, bitch, you haven't been flossing. And I can be like, yes, I have. Yes, I have.
Hey, Jenna, there's a flake of cum in your teeth. What's this? You know, no, that's not going to happen.
If the man you're sucking off flakes come, we have a whole other fucking conversation we need to have.
Yeah, no, but I've definitely done it in the morning.
Before you're going to the dentist.
I don't know. Probably.
It's not about the morning or evening. I don't care what time of day it's. Every time of day is a great day to suck dick. but before you're going to go to the dentist, you're going to suck dick the morning before you go to the dentist.
I don't remember. I'm sure I would.
Why? I wouldn't.
Because I used to be in a relationship and we'd sleep together and sometimes you wake up and things are erect. I mean, I'm just telling you.
But before the dentist is my point. You know someone's going in and, you know, what if they pulled out a pube between the back of your molars or something?
After this story, I'll never do it again.
Fucking gross.
Because how many dentists are out there laughing at the lunchroom because they just, you know, saw this big old bruise. That must have been
a big throbber. Right. The size of the bruise on the back of her throat.
Or what if a couple comes in together? Like, I know what they were doing in the car in the parking lot. Like, oh my God.
Sorry, I just gotta.
Oh, by the way, this dentist goes, as a patient-doctor confidentiality, your secret will always be safe with us. However, if they suspect abuse, they will have to report.
Why did you have to add that part? It's so sad.
Because this proves it's a real thing. So every time your dentist says, say, open up, they're looking at your soft palate to see if it's bruised. Okay? How come we haven't heard about that before? That's all I have to say about that. I know.
Open up your mouth and say,
Don't you put it in your mouth.
Till you tell someone you love.
So the next time you're slobbing a knob, you try to do it without touching it to your soft palate. Because I think it touches
Well, you rub it against your soft.
That's what I'm right. So
I'm just joking. My mouth's a virgin.
Now let's hope your mom's not listening to this one.
My wine's empty.
Cheers.